All right, cool. Hopefully it's not doing that anymore, and we can just do a nice, easy, clean stream. It's just so weird. Like, why would it be playing at two spots at the same time? I can't even begin to understand that. Maybe it did that because I scheduled it, but it should have just. It doesn't make sense. Should have just played. Card traders should sell cards with using your gold. That's what card traders should do. I feel like this is the best removal in the game because it gets a graveyard effect. This one card, Galaxy Cyclone. You can destroy a face down card, and if it happens to be face up, you can pop that too. Well, double the stream, kinda, I guess, double the ad revenue. Problem with that, Brad, is that's not 100% true. As you may know, you don't get a lot for streams unless people donate. You say it's back. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. It's just stupid. Why is it doing 2 streams? And it doesn't make any sense because there's only one window to edit streams in. No, it's only showing one stream. Actually, it's showing one stream showing the one stream, and the one stream is this stream, and it's demonetized. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. At this point, I'm too tired to figure it out. I am too tired to figure it out completely. I just got a notification saying, "Hey, Dan's live." Let me take a look here again. Uploads, streams. There's a stream. Videos. Wow. Yeah, all right. I don't know. I have no idea. Other one's gone. Second stream is gone. Did Hasselberry come back, my boy? Good. Second stream is gone. I wish this is the thing I would wish that Konami would do. I wish that they would give us something to spend our gold on that's goes towards the game. Some sort of cards or sleeves or something we can spend our gold on. So we can use that secondary currency. Or if nothing else, give us a slot machine. Like, give us a slot machine to put the gold in. Like, if I got 1,000 gold, I could put it in the slot machine. I could pull it, and maybe it'll just shoot me out a card from out the box or whatever. I don't know. That'd be pretty dope. So I agree with what he says, but I never happens unless Konami. You are $100 each. Come on. Black, green. Said best box to open. It's new. Yeah, I kind of feel like in Duel Links, maybe even in Yu-Gi-Oh, some of the best rule of thumb is to review the newer sets and stuff, because there's very rarely been a dead box that like you haven't been able to use anything. Like eventually the cards become meta relevant, so you know it's just kind of over time with patience, like the cards get better and better. I believe hazies are back right now. I think you can still play a hazy deck. The only problem with the hazy deck right now is back row, and you can play 2 Genzos. You can play 2 Genzos and you can play Hey True Name. You know, so if you want to have all monsters, play 2 Genzos. If you don't, Hey True Name. But you can still synchro to beat Yubel if you play Fire Fist. So I still think Hazy's got a shot. Hazy's not like dead. A lot of people think Yubel is dead for some reason, or you know, but everybody's playing Yubel still. Every now, like, you know, you're not careful, Yubel can show up and tilt you at any moment. Oh no, I goofed. I forgot. You gotta have all. You gotta have all. I really have not used this farm deck in a long time. Yeah, there are there's tons of Glad Beast decks and everything. What's up, sick dude? This is so weird. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with this string. I guess it really is only 3 people in it. Well, I guess that's what happens when I'm like, hey guys, this is gonna be a Q&A and I'm gonna be doing some farming. They're like, Q&A and farming? I don't want to see that. You better get to dueling. Or no duel, no watch. Okay. Okay. I'll go back to slaving over a hot duel this soon enough. You see 7? Yeah, for a while it was telling me 0. And at first it was demonetized, then it became monetized. No idea what's happening. Yeah, I can see you boys in here. I just don't know why it's saying that. What's up? Hey, thanks for that hairstyle compliment, my boy. Can Never Miss Megalo get to KLG? Never Miss Megalo been able to get to KLG for the past 3 seasons. You know, it's like you can easily go to KLG with the Never Miss Megalo deck. Like that has not, as long as Vampires is considered the top tier deck, you can win with the Mermill Never Miss deck. As long as people are playing that, you'll always be able to win. Cause honestly, Vampires is a very strong deck, but because everybody plays Vampires, it just literally opens up the meta for a lot of different rogue decks, honestly. Because either people are playing Vampires or they're trying to counter Vampires. So, all right, so you play this, then I play this, then I do that, then I do this, then I do that, and then I do this, do that, and then you Battlefield? Yeah. Play this. Yeah, Hassleberry is gone. Playmaker Duel Links. I thought I saw Playmaker Duel Links show up. What's up, my boy? Said, what do you think about new Dino support? I haven't even gotten into the new Dino support yet and read up on the cards. So I let me double check and see what we got. But if we got, did we get Overrex? I don't think we got Overrex. Oh, we got Frostosaurus, a monstrous metabolism. That's interesting. Maybe I'm just saying it wrong. A monstrous metabolism enabled to endure long periods of cold, harnessing the power to become a creature of solid ice. What? Harnessing the power to become a creature of solid ice? What? Nothing else can withstand such temperatures, especially victims of its glacial rampage. Jirac Protops. So this guy's 100 attack for each monster your opponent controls. So we can go to 2 Gs. That's okay. Let me take a look at Hassleberry's cards. Giant Rex cannot attack directly. If this card is banished, you can special summon this. Special summon this card, and if you do, target 200 attack for each dinosaur monster. And Giant Rex once per turn. Target one dinosaur monster you control. Equip it to target with 1,000 attack points. When it's attacking monster, destroy the points about that. Very bad. Only activate effect and attack the second time. Okay. That's a nice surprise factor, I guess, for finishing blow. From the field, each time a dinosaur monster is sent to the graveyard, counters. Please touch a sword dinosaur monster. So comes to the end phase, you control direct world, destroy all cards on the field. During your end phase, if you control a direct world, destroy all cards on the field. That's kind of busted. I'm not 100% sure how good these cards are gonna be, but I can definitely see this. Win one duel. This card. Yeah, this is the most interesting card, I think, of all the cards when I just take a quick look at them. Honestly, I don't even need to go tower light. What I need to do is farm for that skill. Let me go back to looking at these questions. A turnabout deck. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You gotta elaborate on that. Metabolism. Oh, really? Oh, I guess that's how you spell metabolism. Oh, okay. Metabolism. Oh, okay, I see. Thanks for that breakdown, my boy. I can't think straight. I've been up all night with these packages, man. It's been insane. They brought the stuff in, and the guy says he got a flat tire, and he gets here, and he's all trying to explain it to me. Because, okay, so this is what happens. Now, I didn't know this. Of course, you know, how would I know this? I'm not a mover or whatnot. But this is what happens. When you get your stuff shipped across a moving company or whatever, moving company takes out a contract with you or whoever's paying. Then they subcontract the actual shipping, like the actual packing of your house. Then they subcontract the shipping of your goods. And then they subcontract the storage and placement of your goods. So basically, at the end of the day, you end up going through 3 to 4 different hands for one contract. It's insane. And by the time our stuff got here, you know, the guy's all apologetic and he's trying to tell me, oh yeah, you know, I had a flat tire or whatever, and you know, that's fine. But he's like trying to show me the picture of the tire, and I'm like, I don't care, let's just move this stuff. So we move all the stuff and he gets everything in the house. And the only thing I was concerned about, of course, everything, because everything came good, but sometimes in the moving stuff get broken up. I was really concerned that wood grain box that Konami sent last year didn't get smashed, and it didn't. So I was happy about that, because I had personally packed it myself, so it didn't get smashed. But everything else was pretty much fine. If I was still a stickler for amiibo, keeping my amiibo in the box, then I would be upset because some of those boxes got crushed. So that sucks. But my golden Mega Man amiibo is still in the plastic, so that's good. It says, I think Giant Rex is really good card. See that trap that banishes all dinos from the graveyard. Oh yeah, I forgot about that card. You right, my boy. Said don't remember the name though. So there's people are. It says it's coming. Oh yeah, I feel you. He said I agree, sick dude. Said, but oh yeah, it is pretty expensive, but we didn't pay for it. They pay for it through the company. And like honestly, when you move through a company, they charge more money. But the guy that I talked to when I moved to Seattle told me that moving from Detroit to Seattle, he said normally would cost a few thousand, but when he charges, but he said to me when he charges a company, he charges an extra. He charges like double because he can. It's like, he said he just charges double because he can, because they don't ask. I was like, wow. I was like, okay. But I guess it's a good job. It's a good job. Not a job, I guess. It's a good business if you're on top. But it seems to me that as those jobs change hands and go through all these different contracts, you're basically splitting up the money so many different ways that by the time it gets to the common man, it's probably going to be minimum wage, you know, a little bit more than that for them to come and do the actual work. But it's I think that's pretty much how it shakes down in the end. Lightning Warrior is a nice finisher. Like these synchro monsters that they're releasing, they're not releasing any synchro monsters that have been so busted and broken that like you bring them out and they kind of control the entire game, except for Amadeus maybe. I mean Amadeus, I'm so tired, I can't even think of the name. But the Keeper of the Boundaries guy. But other than that, a lot of these monsters are finisher monsters, like monsters that you play on the like final turn or second to the last turn, and when you play them, it's basically like they're wrapping this game up. They're cleaning this game up. They're about to put you in the position where you can win or you have won. You know, they haven't really done anything. Like you play Stardust Dragon, you playing him for a reason. You play him against Yubel, you won the duel pretty much. You know, this in-game final turn type stuff. He said, what tier is this deck? Well, I don't know. I honestly, I can give you my personal opinion on like a tier list, right? Tier lists are only as good as the cards being played in the meta, right? So for example, you can talk about a tier list and be like, oh, well, Vampires is the top tier deck because, you know, most people play Vampires, spellbooks, etc., blah, 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 blah. And in a realm where people only play Vampires, spellbooks, and something else, that would make Vampires the top tier deck, right? But you got one person like me running around playing Megalo that's not on anybody's tier list. And that deck can consistently win against all those decks enough to get the King of Games. Then where does my deck go? Does my deck go to tier 0? Does it go to tier 1? Does it go to tier 2? Do you not assign it a tier because not enough people are playing it? What I honestly feel like you should do is just play the deck, and if you like it and it works for you, then use it. You know, I kind of feel like when we start like assigning stuff to tiers and stuff, it just makes it, I wasn't paying attention. We start assigning stuff to tiers and stuff, it kind of makes it I don't know, it makes it very, very easy to just be like, oh, this is a good deck, this is a bad deck, so now I'm not gonna play it, or I am gonna play it, or whatever. Like I was just talking shit and I just made a misplay actually. But oh, this is good, this is bad, and I'm not gonna play it, I am gonna play it. I mean, it just really depends. Like most of the time, like if you watch my videos consistently, I just play rogue decks. So because I mainly only play rogue decks, it's like, what is this, the YTDan meta? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's like I'm playing a meta all by myself or whatever. It's like, you know, I feel like a tier list should give you like a guideline to know what you're going to play and what you're playing against. If I know the top deck is a deck that targets, which is like Vampires, then a deck that doesn't target like Hazy's could potentially beat it if you can get it to be consistent. But you know, you gotta, you know, I don't even know, man, my boy. The thing about Duel Links, you gotta remember, there's only one question in every deck that needs to be answered in Duel Links, and this is very serious for anybody playing Duel Links. I don't care what anybody ever tells you about this game. There's only one question that needs to be answered. Can you win in one turn? Okay? If your deck can answer that question, you have a good deck in Duel Links. Unless your deck is made not to win in one turn, like it's a stall deck. But can you win in one turn? Can an alien deck win in one turn? Yes. You activate alien recombination, you summon an overlord, and you summon an 1800 monster, and you reduce a monster's attack points to 0. Bang bang. That's a 3-card death. Yes, you can win in one turn. If you can win in one turn with any deck, you probably got a good deck. A lot of times you can't answer that question, and when you can't answer that question, your opponent can answer it, and then you lose. So you got to figure out a way, if no matter what you play, rogue deck, tilt deck, spicy deck that you built, top tier deck, can you win in one turn? Answer that question. If you don't have a one-turn combo in your deck, then you might be lacking a little bit, unless you're playing a deck that intentionally does not kill on the first turn because it's some sort of control deck or it's a stall deck or something like that. But even like if you're playing Yugioh, right? And you normal summon your first Yugioh, you play ties that tilt, you get 3 Yugioh, set a pulse mine, set a wall of D, and pass turn. Can this deck win in one turn? The answer is yes. So as long as that answer is yes, you're straight, my boy. You don't got to worry about none of that. Oh, dang, Dark Magician Girl animation. Mojo deck can work, but you just got to work out the bricks, my boy. You got to work out the bricks. Like you got to make sure you get the right ratio. Like, you know, that's the key to winning against any deck or any meta. Making sure you have the right ratio. If you don't got the right ratio, you're gonna just lose. so get the right ratio first, and after you get the right ratio, you'll be able to get in there and win. But that's normally the key. Making sure that you can, if you know you can win in one turn, what's the second thing you want to do? Can your deck recover if your one shot misses, right? Can a hazy deck recover after a one shot misses? Maybe. It depends on how much they missed. Did they miss and bump into a wall of D? Probably. It's gonna be hard coming back off of that. Did they miss and I don't know. Did they miss and all the monsters got destroyed and the only thing they have left on the field is Manticore? That's gonna be a hard comeback. Did they miss and all they have left is Hazy Flame Speaks or Peritrin? Okay, you can come back from that. You know, did they miss and have 0 cards in hand? You might not be able to come back from that. Like, you know, so you got to know your deck. So what happens think about like Megalo deck, right? Megalo deck. Oh man, I missed, but I have Citadel Well in the grave. I got a Dragon Ice in the grave. I have 2 cards in the hand, and I got Sea Stealth Attack and level 5 on the field. Yeah, I think you can come back from that. Like, you know, you just come down to that kind of stuff. Yo, Watt, what's up? It's like, can your deck never miss? Hey, if you're wondering, you can make a deck that can never miss. But if you're ever wondering where that came from, that basically just came from. Well, I think I had a game. I should have hit 1823. Basically, that just comes from when I was playing the first time I think I ever said the never miss thing was when I built it was a KC Cup, and I built the Sylvan Hazy deck. It was all monsters, and that was the first time I built the never miss deck because I could flip any card off top of the deck, always a monster, and it was popping. So yeah. So where's Guns going? Oh, I don't know. So do you think Fluffle Fur Fighter archetype should be released? Fluffle Fur Fighter? I'm sure they'll put Fluffles in the game eventually. So Guns was leaving. Oh, you mean Guns leaving Duel Links? Oh, that would be shocking. I'll be like, well, what would be the point of if Guns leaves Duel Links? That would just leave the space open for everybody else to climb because people will be looking for consistent content creators. But if Guns left Duel Links, I don't know. I mean, not to say like we best buddies or anything, but I mean, I talk to him from time to time. He never said anything to me. Not like he would. I mean, not like he has to say anything to me, but I'm saying like I've never heard anything like that. But it could be true. Who knows? But I doubt it though. Like if I made it to 100,000 subs doing anything, I'd likely continue doing that for a little while. It just makes sense to do it for a little while. No matter who you are. it just makes sense. Oh, I saw Anime Impact quit Duel Links. I saw that and I instantly thought, he'll be back. But he said he was quitting for good this time. And I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with quitting Duel Links. Everybody duels for different reasons. You know, I'm not sure why some people do or like Guns or whatnot. You know, I'm not sure, but you know, Guns, Anime Impact, Duel Links meta, everybody's got a different reason why they play the game. And I feel like people at the end of the day are gonna just do what they want to do and do what they need to do to feel like they're getting their satisfaction. And if you aren't getting your satisfaction playing Duel Links and you want to play something else, play something else. If you want to get your satisfaction by making other videos, make other videos. Like you should. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't get any money from Konami or anything, so I have no incentive to tell someone to play Duel Links or not. I just enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh in general, and from the start of my YouTube anything, Yu-Gi-Oh has always been my #1 content goal. I always wanted to make Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I don't think a lot of people start out on YouTube like, man, I really want to make Yu-Gi-Oh content. I think that just kind of happens to most people. They end up making content for other things and then they happen to get popular for something else and then they keep doing it. But I feel like I can only speak for myself. I started out making Amiibo content, and when I was making the Amiibo content, I got I got 5,000 subs from that. And after I got those 5,000 subs, I felt good about it. Don't get me wrong, it was great to get the 5,000 subs, but I always wanted to make Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And one day I got my chance. Because you even watch any of my Amiibo content, I always use Yu-Gi-Oh music. My whole concept of having Amiibo tournaments was based on Yu-Gi-Oh basically. It was just, I just always wanted to make Yu-Gi-Oh content. It's just, and I know that might sound crazy, but honestly, now this is gonna really sound crazy. Every good thing I have in my life, I kind of owe it to Yu-Gi-Oh in one way or shape or another. Like every connection I have with anybody that I care about in my life. See, look at that, Alien OTK. Every connection I have with anybody important in my life, you know, all connections I made through Yu-Gi-Oh. A lot of skills that I learned all came from Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that. So it's like I've always wanted to do that because I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that attracts similar types of people, and the people that it attracts typically have similar types of pains and problems. And I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is the type of game that, you know, it unifies people. You know, even if it unifies people through a sense of competition and rivalry, it still brings people together. So I believe in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh as a whole. So I just don't, I've always thought about it like that, and I've always wanted to be somebody in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. So when somebody liked that first Yu-Gi-Oh video I made of Duel Links, it blew my mind. And if you ever watched that first Duel Links video I ever made, I was so happy to hit King of Games. and I was talking about how it felt so good because, you know, for somebody like me who just kind of grew up in the ghetto, right? And you know, you don't really have a lot of opportunities to travel the world and stuff. Like I have had opportunities now, but you don't have a lot of opportunities to go anywhere or do anything. But through Yu-Gi-Oh, through Duel Links, I was able to duel people around the world and go into a tournament style thing, which is the KOG, and win enough through the King of Games system to make it to King of Games. And I don't care how many people diminish King of Games and say that it's not worth anything because of XYZ reason. King of Games is hard to achieve, and if you can hit King of Games, you should be proud of that accomplishment. But the first time I did it, I was super proud. That was during Unga Bunga times, and I felt like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I had the biggest fucking brain that I had to tell somebody. And that's why I made the YouTube video, because I just felt like, man, can other people actually climb? Because the people that I was playing against, they were struggling just like me. Like, they didn't have like an amazing combo. And if you look at that first deck I was playing, it was pretty bad, but it was good enough to get KOG. And the only reason it was bad, it was because of that's hilarious. The only reason it was bad was because of I didn't have enough cards to make it 100% consistent. But I built that deck on my own with no guides, no help. I didn't look anything up. I just built that deck and I played it, and that's where the pride comes from. So I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about Yu-Gi-Oh. I just kind of rambled for a minute. Let me look some questions. Let me see. So, do you remember what vid it was that you thought Konami said, "I told you not to miss"? Said, "I want to watch it again." Oh no, I don't remember that, my boy. It said after the release of DD Tower. I know he quit after DD Tower. Said, "I was also continue making fun decks as always." Says, "I play this game since I was 11 and it's my passion." Yeah, I feel you, Playmaker Duelist. I can see it's your passion too, my boy, when I watch your videos. It says, I summon YTDan attack position. It said, "Do you think you would come up with an Archfiend deck with Armadeus? This call of the Archfiend would bring back Armadeus if lost." Really? He's an Archfiend? Really? Is he an Archfiend? Oh no. Call the Archfiend brings back a fiend. No. Isn't he a warrior? I thought he was a warrior. Come on. Oh snap, he is a fiend. Oh shit. Well, damn. I guess I do need to build one like that. I thought he was a warrior this whole time. Yeah, he is a fiend. I'll snap. Said, "I enjoy the stream with a nice joint. Hey, enjoy it how you please, my boy. Call Archfiend can only summon Armadeus. It's a demon." True. I thought it was a warrior. I totally missed on that. I haven't been thinking about fiends for a while. The thing about it is, okay, this is how I think about Duel Links, because Duel Links is not like the TCG. Duel Links is very simple, so you gotta pretty much think within like my style of dueling is I like OTKs. Clearly, you see how I play the game. So I like to try to win with OTKs, right? So you can tell. Oh, that's nice. You can tell from like how I play that because I like to win with OTKs, I'm gonna try to beat you. You know, we're looking at second turn. the fourth turn, you know, something like that. You can win with on the second or third or fourth turn with the Archfiend deck. But the problem with that is because the main card is a trap card and it has to be set for a turn. And I don't like that in this meta because there's too many cards that people can play, and there's too many cards that are out right now that just randomizes your success rate. And basically what I mean by that is when you're playing on ranked PvP, which is the only place I play. If you're playing, okay, here's a big thing. If you're playing in Decade's tournament or whatnot, then that's fine, but that's just different than ranked PvP. Like ranked PvP is going to have almost all the cards that are in the card pool. So it's hard to be like, okay, well, X is 100%, you know, better than Y, because Y might not ever be played, or X may never be played. Somebody might hit you with N or Z, and then you're screwed because you didn't account for that. Like, you know, so that's why I kind of just, you know, because I only play ranked PvP, that's how I think about it. And I have not thought about like trap heavy, go second, go first decks. Like, you know, that's why I like decks like Hazies. That's why I like decks like Aliens. That's why I like decks like that, because those decks can, you know, win in those first couple turns, and it doesn't matter what your opponent has, because all you're thinking about is those first couple turns. You're building the deck to win in those turns, and if you don't win in those turns, then you failed, and now you're subject to your opponent's win condition. So, you know, I like Duel Links because Duel Links, you can focus in on your deck a lot more than your opponent's deck. You use your opponent's deck as a factor, but you focus in on yours. Like, you're like, okay, this is my deck. This is what my deck does. My deck's good at doing this thing. I need to make sure that I keep my eye on the prize of winning in one turn with my Hazies. But what should I look out for? Wall of D, etc., etc. And when your opponent doesn't see Hazies coming and you drop them with, you know, they just in turn because they're like, all right, this guy doesn't have OTK, so I'm just in turn. All right, well, here's 3 Hazies for you. Well, like, you know, get your W and move on. But when your opponent knows you're playing Hazies, then they're going to play you differently because they expect, you know, a certain thing. They expect you to do something. They expect you to have certain cards. They expect you to play a certain way. So that's the thing about King of Games. Like, King of Games is valuable because you're playing against the shadows. You don't know what your opponent has. You know, that's just what's up. Hey, what's going on, IML? What's up, my boy? What's up, Zaid? What's up, Zaid? Cypher, what's going on? Said, what is this alien synchro deck? Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you. Well, actually, you could take a look at the video yesterday, but I'll show you the deck list. I've been using this with Beatdown and having a lot of success with it. You can check it out yesterday. A lot of success against vampires just because it's versatile. It can just constantly keep coming back. It has some back row destruction. You know, it has a little bit of field control. You know, the A counters are annoying. And then at the end of the day, when all is lost, you can summon Junk Synchron and bring out Armadeus to wrap things up. I was trying to hurry up and see if I could grab what grows in the grave, but basically I'll show you the deck right here, my boy. But you can check out the video if you want to. It should be, you can just go to the channel, check it out. I think it says not a free-to-play alien deck because we're running 3 Junk Synchrons. We're running 2 Drowning Mirror Forces and 3 Paleozoic Canadia. That's why it's not free to play. But here's the engine. Okay, you got A-Cell Recombination to drop the level 2 Alien Gray. And basically, if they swing into Alien Warrior like a madman, and most people don't, but if they swing into Alien Warrior like a madman, and you can drop them within 2 8 counters with this card, You can activate ACL recombination, drop this out of the deck, normal summon junk synchron, go into your Archimedes, and then Archimedes plus 18, you know, see you later. Or just a safe 23 direct, you know, and then you have more control. You know, it's just basically, you just basically go in on your opponent with this. You just got to kind of know how to play aliens. And then this junk synchron just comes in as a backup. And junk synchron lets you go into your 5s, your 7s, your 6, and your 9. But also you should put in an 8, but I probably would take this guy out. Probably put in a Stardust Dragon. I think I did do that with my beatdown deck. But yeah, I'm just playing this against Taya because I'm trying to get what grows in the grave. I think this deck will work even better with what grows in the grave, but I want to what I want to do is get the damn skills. Have you ever played Mecha Phantom Beast? I was trying to make that work. I just couldn't get it going. Like a lot of times, like when I make videos, I don't really like making videos on stuff unless it's like something that I know that you can get some W's with. Like I don't like making a deck like this is a cool deck and you know you might win with it. Like I like to make a deck be like, okay, I fine-tuned this enough for you to be able to tilt some meta players, because the whole thing about playing a rogue deck or anything off meta is a surprise factor, and if you can't capitalize on surprise factor, then you almost wasted your time. So which is why I like OTKs, because it's like surprise, it's Hazy's, oh no. Game time. Surprise, it's aliens, oh no, game time. Oh, I forgot to play my card at the end of the turn. But it's okay. I'm still getting the W. Like, oh no, game time. Oh no. Or yeah, or you can do this too, which is pretty handy. Oh no, it's game time. But on beatdown, this is even more disgusting because beatdown really helped me yesterday. But this is one of those decks that you don't like. I don't know if you guys remember, but before I built the Megalo deck, I told you because Konami nerfed balance, we're gonna have to kind of go back to making like theme style decks and 100% skill based decks, like you know, skill based decks like what grows in the grave, Mystic, whatever. When you start off with a field spell, you know. So when they got rid of balance and restart the way it used to be, you know, basically, you know, you can't rely on those things anymore. And because you can't rely on them, you know, you just got to kind of focus on building a better deck. Pretty much. So you got to kind of learn how to trim the fat. And I just kind of play, and I'll give you my trick of the trade of trimming the fat. When you lose a game, look in your hand and see what cards you died with. And if you keep dying with junk synchron in your hand, that's fat and needs to be trimmed. That's the best advice I can give you. I don't care how much you like junk synchron. If every game you lose, you're playing ranked PvP and you keep losing, and every time you lose, you see your boy junk synchron in your hand, you gotta go. I'm sorry. I know you love him, but he's gotta go. The Hazy's grief like doesn't really add much to the deck. It said full monster Hazy Synchro works pretty good. Yeah, it definitely does. Like that fire tuner was exactly what Hazy's needed to be able to be successful. And a lot of people are telling me that they've already hit KLG with Hazy's. And I do, like, I enjoy, the thing that I enjoy the most about me making content on YouTube is that there is an established meta. And Duel Links Meta does a great job with his website and stuff to put up there, this is the bar to reach. This is what people play. This is what's considered top meta, so it's clear so everyone knows. I take a lot of pride in going across that list with something that's not on this list, not on this site, and getting the KOG every month. I take a lot of pride in doing that. And I'm not the only person that does that, because people are sending me, like, I don't make videos about it all the time, but people are sending me, like, and I'm gonna start doing that. That's why I'm doing that try series and other stuff. But people are sending me screenshots of them going to KOG with stuff like Battery Men. And it's like Battery Men is nowhere on anybody's tier list. Like, not even on a rogue tier list or a shit tier list. Just Battery Men just aren't on anybody's list. But there's a dude out there smashing with Batteries Men every single game. There's a guy that was smashing, like, he sent me something on Twitter all the time. He was smashing with Cyberstein since Cyberstein came out. Every single meta, smashing with Cyberstein to KOG. Every meta. And one day, the light bulb goes off in everybody's head. Maybe we should play Cyberstein, guys. And then Cyberstein becomes quote-unquote top meta, and then Konami nerfs it. And it sucks that they did that to his deck, but he was smashing with Cyberstein when everybody was sleeping on it. And I know he felt good about it. So, you know, that's the whole thing about Yu-Gi-Oh, building something with your own hands and winning. You know, that's what I like about it. So what if you lose with no cards in your hand? That means you tried your best, my boy. That's what that means. If you lose with no cards in hand and no cards on the field, all you can say is GG. You got to extend your hand. Thanks, my boy. Thanks for the game. And just ripperoni. Like, sometimes you just tried your best. But if you keep dying with a resource in your hand, that's the point. If you keep losing with the resource in hand, that means that you can change your deck and make it a little better. That's what that means. If you keep losing with a resource, you don't always have to die with cards in hand. But if you die and you always have the same card in your hand and you keep losing with a resource, that just means that you should change your deck a little bit or consider making a change. That's all that means. But you just got to take note with what you're losing with. You know, sometimes you can always lose with Junk Synchron, but sometimes you can always lose with Mass Change in your hand too. And is Mass Change the problem card? No. Did you make any? I keep attacking that face down just because face down. Did you make a mistake because you didn't get to play your Mass Change? You know, you got to kind of be objective and think critically about, like, your plays. Like, try not to be super biased about the don't be biased about your own deck. Like, when I play Hazy, I know that Wall of D kills me. I know. When they set 3 in the back row and I summon 3 Hazies and attacking the 3 back row like a goddamn champion, I know I'm rolling the goddamn dice, so I can't be salty if I hit that Drowning Mirror Force or Wall of D. I will be salty, but I can't be salty. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I know that it's Drowning Mirror Force. I know I'm about to hold this L. I know that it's about to be my fault. But I also know it could be Econ and 2 Canadia. So at that same tip, I got to take the chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to go in. I have to. I couldn't submit my KLG, says I'm not paying a dime a month to, like, just post my deck. Oh, dang. Wait, what did you say? I didn't see. So if you complete all the missions in the DD Tower, you get dual orbs, or you get those little orbs that you can use to buy stuff with from that little tower shop. I think it's actually pretty worth it. I like these events where they have, like, good cards. Like to somebody, okay, I put it like this: to somebody like me who's always looking for alternative ways to win, any new card is a blessing. Any new card is a plus. because there's always like each new card leads to a new combo leads to a new strategy leads to a new win condition. But everybody doesn't see it like that. Most people want to see new cards come out and they want every card like to affect the meta directly. But then again, if every card affects the meta directly, people would complain that the cards are too powerful and Konami needs to do something to nerf them and blah blah blah. People are just gonna always complain about something. I feel like there's no way to satisfy everyone. Like that's the one thing that YouTube taught me more than anything. You cannot satisfy everyone. It is impossible. Like you want to satisfy everyone because you care, but you can't because it's too many people. Like, you know, for a long time I used to get a certain caliber of comments, and then those comments changed and stopped as louder voices appeared and the conversation changed in my comment section. It's not a bad thing. It's just a effect of having a larger fan base. And I don't even have 100,000 subs, so I couldn't imagine what like Guns Blazing reads on a day-to-day basis in his comment section. You know, I couldn't imagine. But definitely things change. So you can't please everybody. And I wouldn't say just please yourself. I would say you can't please everyone, so I would say do what you feel is right. That's all I can really say. So, and what's right for Konami? To make money. So do you know they gonna do it? Can't speak for YouTube though, but what's right for Konami? To get that cash. So they're gonna do whatever it takes to get that cash. Do they want to make that cash and continue to make cash in the future? Yes, so they're gonna keep it as legal as possible, my boy. Probably. So like, you know, it's like, you know, it's whatever. Let's see. Say Fable might be meta. Fable, any type of card that allows you to get advantage by discarding already should send off alarm bells in your meta mind. Like, oh shit, I can discard this card and summon it. Just let me find a card that can let me draw one card while doing it too. And when you find out how to discard and draw and summon, Dark World Dealings, discard, draw, summon. Like, you know, hey, you know, you got to move around 3 cards. That's pretty spicy. Everybody loves that. See, I like this deck because you can be aggressive, you can be fast, you can be slow, you can be whatever. You know, you can have a pretty strong play. Like, this is a pretty interesting, like, play. So think about if you're playing ranked PvP, right? You do this on your first turn or whatever, like coming across your opponent. Let's say they only have 1 monster, and then you bring out this guy, and then you run over their level 4 monster, and then sure, they're gonna come back at you really hard, and sure, they're gonna kill it, but you got this drowning. So after they expend a bunch of cards to get rid of this dude and summon all their boys, they're gonna swing right into this, and then you're gonna summon and do it all over again. So your boy is in a plane watching the dankest of duels. Hey, that's what's up, my boy. I appreciate it. My boys, don't worry. The hazy beast will return for KLG. I always wait till the end of the month. I literally milk KLG for views now. I'll put it like this. I'm confident enough in my skill to wait till the end of the month for KLG each month. I wasn't always confident in my skill like that, but I'm confident in my skill enough to be like, yeah, I can hold off for a month here, or yeah, I can hold off for a little while. Like, I don't have to worry, rush for KLG. And I know that sounds silly, but I didn't always feel like that. I always used to feel like KLG was this daunting task that was nearly impossible to achieve. But then I got to a point where I understand the meta enough to be like, okay, everybody's playing this. Well, I can clearly go with this. Like, if nothing else, and I play like Duel Links on hard mode because I refuse to play the top meta deck. So it's like I know how to play vampires. I have the vampire card, but it's like, do I want to play vampires to get KLG? No. So I know when it comes to my rogue decks, I know that Megalo can get me to KLG ASAP. All I gotta do is just sit down and just start playing some games. But my challenge to myself is, can I do it with anything else? So, you know, or when the new cards come out, can I do it with something out of the new box? Like, you know, that's just kind of how I like to do it. You know, it's kind of like a Nuzlocke. Like if you ever watch somebody on YouTube play Pokemon Nuzlocks, you know, they're like, you know, hey, I could play Pokemon regular, but if my Pokemon die, I'll leave them in the box forever, or I'll release it or something. You know, the same thing like that. Just putting it on hard mode for some reason. So hey, Dan says, I want to try to get the KLG with a junk Synchron deck this month. Said, but I can't get the keys of skill. It's not dropping for me. Yeah, it's not dropping for me either. It's not dropping for me either. It's very annoying. It is truly annoying. I have had no luck, and I know you can get it from dueling like people like Taya or whatever. But the crazy thing is I've unlocked 3 skills doing this method. Like I've unlocked 3 skills and I still haven't gotten anything, and that's been pretty annoying. Oh, I just hit intern by accident. Like you can afford to like not pay attention and do stuff because, you know, you're playing against a computer. Yeah, I'll pop this thing. How many skills are you missing? I think I'm missing like 3, which is a oof. I'm gonna take a look right after this. Madolche, my boy, that's a hard deck to win with. I feel like they're missing something. I don't know a lot about Madolche, but that is a hard deck to get W's with. I feel like Madolches can't answer that question. Can they kill you in one turn? Like that's the question you gotta answer. Can I win in one turn? I don't think they can answer that question easily. Boojans can answer that question quite easily. Boojans can do it. Dragoonity can do it. A lot of decks can answer that question. And the only reason you have that question so prevalent in Duel Links is because you only have 4,000 life points, and most other decks can answer that question. So since most other decks can answer that question, you know. Oh, Hassleberry's back. Actually, Hassleberry's back, but I'm gonna have to get out of here soon anyway. So I'm not gonna do a Hassleberry. I'm gonna just keep playing this and see if I can grab my skills. Oops. Oh, Madolche is in the Exceeds archetype. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, that's probably why they can't kill you in one turn, because they don't have all their pieces. So, which is begs the question, why release it so early? But whatever. Oh, Esperova's at the gate? Oh, yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot Esperova's at the gate. You can't get a third Genzo, can you? Yeah, no Genzo. Yeah. If I wish we had 3 Genzos. I feel like we need 3 Genzos because we don't have MST. I think that's fair. Master Gig. Master Gig. Who the hell wants Master Gig? A lot of people probably. Like, how many duels does it take to average hit KOG from plat? It depends on what you're playing, honestly. But I mean, I feel like if you can get out of KOG to platinum and you're playing seriously, you know, you need to get your 5. I think it's 5 to hit KOG at platinum 3. So 5, maybe like 20 games, I think. So like 20 games from whenever you decide to be serious in Legend. It's gonna probably take you like 20 games. I feel like that's just another thing that people like to minimize people's accomplishments with. Oh, you got 150 games before you went KOG. Maybe I was testing other decks. Maybe I was doing whatever the hell I wanted. Maybe I was enjoying the game. You know, it doesn't have to be like hyper competitive. I need to win and so. Like people, but that's how people think. You know, for some reason. And I understand why we had that type of mentality for Yu-Gi-Oh, because I mean the show literally puts that in us. Like Kaiba is like telling you victory is everything, and if you lose, you're worthless on the first episode of the goddamn anime. So it's no wonder that the player base all acts like Kaiba, because Kaiba is the coolest. You know, everybody doesn't walk around believe in myself, my cards, because no one does that. Even myself, you know, I have faith and believe in my cards, but I'm still like, yeah, my hazy beast, like, you know, pathetic, like, you know, I'm still doing that shit too. So, you know, it's cool. Is it kind of can catch these hands? No, my boy. You'll try to give him those hands, but he'll throw a card at you, and you'll be like, fuck! You'll be like, how is this even possible? Kaiba will be like, quiet, fool. I throw a card at you. You'll be like, yeah, this is so strange. You won't believe it. You'll be like, did you just throw a card at me? He's like, yes, and I'll throw another. You'll be like, oh, but I have a gun. Don't worry, I have a blue eyes white dragon. I'll throw it. I'll throw it and stop you from using your gun. That's impossible, Kaiba. That's the only thing you can say, Kaiba. You'll try, but he'll get you. Yeah, sometimes you get tilted at the end of KOG. I don't really know. Like, I know a lot of times it feels like it's rigged when you're playing and you get all the way to Legend 3 and you're on your rank up and it seems like you just take the perfect L. Like you're like left, the guy's like go right. And you're like right, he's like left. And you're like, oh, fuck. You're like up, he's like down. Like, come on, man. And they feel like they just have absolutely everything. I have been there. Like, so I don't know what to say about that, but it sucks. It really does. Silent Swords and structured deck leaks. I didn't get a chance to read into the leaks, my boy. I wish I could keep up with all the videos and watch every single Duel Links video, but I really can't because I'm like really busy most of the time. But when I do peek in and watch the videos, like I normally watch a couple minutes of the leak videos and get like the person's, most of the time it's Brad HD, and get like his opinion on it really quick, and then just kind of I gotta move on because I gotta get back to work or something, or I'm listening to it like while I'm working, so I only hear like half of it because I'm trying to focus on my work or whatever, which is what I gotta get ready to do right now because I gotta get out of here. But yeah, I'm gonna look at a couple more questions before I go and get in there. So we not gonna mention balanced Gemini. Yeah, a lot of people love balanced Gemini. I've seen a lot of people playing that with that supervised. What is it? Supervise the dark Gemini monster that can destroy a card, and supervise and that it's another Gemini monster that's pretty annoying with a swords fire monster. But that deck's pretty good. Like and especially if you don't see it coming or you aren't aware of what it is, that deck is very powerful, especially when you don't know what's up. So what would you change about PvP system? I would probably change. I would want to add. Okay, now so this might be silly. I don't know how much value you guys think this will have, but I think this is pretty cool. I think we should add like a skill level to the ranked PvP mode based on someone's win rate or based on the number of KOGs they've hit over the course of the year or whatever season they want to monitor, because I feel like there are players that are very good that are in Legend, and I feel like there are bad players, or not bad players, but players that don't necessarily have a lot of skill, but they might be there with a powerful deck, and they make like rookie mistakes. Like you can see someone make a mistake and you will wonder, you know, like, man, how'd this guy get to Legend or whatnot? And that happens a lot. So I think the reason why we should add like that power level thing is so that we can get better, more competitive duels. Like, you know, if like, don't put me against a guy who just got to Legend. This is his first experience in Legend. He's never played Legend ever. He just started the game a little while ago and just happened to get into Legend. Put me up against some veteran player that's been playing the game since day one, who this is his everyday, so that the hardest people can play the hardest people. And then of course, as you climb higher, you know, you'll slowly bring in people with a little bit more skill, just so that people can I don't know, so it can like help to build people's skills and build people's confidence. Because getting completely and totally crushed, don't get me wrong, that is a great motivator, but I feel like it's more of a demotivator to someone who's just turning the game on for the first time and all they wanted to do was play their Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and they try to play it and they get utterly decimated by someone who is just on a whole nother level skill wise, but we just so happen to be in the same class. So I don't know, that's just kind of how I feel about it, but I don't know. But I guess I'll turn the question back on you. Always leave me a question in the comment section below, leave me a comment, and let's just jump right into it, or whatever Philip the Danko says. It said, what about the SR system for KOG, like every 1,000 gems? Oh, like I don't know, I feel like those cards should be able, I feel like you should either be rewarded with gems or cards at the end of KOG. It's like, would you like to just take the sack of cash, or like the sack of gems, or would you like to take these SR tickets? So it gets to a point where you're like, there's no cards for you to get, and then you're just collecting SR and UR tickets. It says rookie mistake like cosmic negating. Yeah, rookie mistake like cosmic negating. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. You're like, well, I'm gonna have to activate Cosmic Cyclone negate. It's like, what are you doing, my boy? How did you even get here? and you're not, and it's not like as an insult. It's like he needs to learn, but I feel like beating them to death is not a way to learn. I feel like they should get eased into learning. But you would think that, you know, how the rank system is set up, that they would never get to Legend with, you know, such plays. But hey, they do. Yeah, they do. Tag duels would be sweet. But I'm not sure how they would implement tag duels. But it would be cool if you could just, you and your friend, if you had like local Wi-Fi or something, and you guys are connected on the same Wi-Fi, then you both could enter in the tag duels. And together you could play anybody else on tag duels. That'd be pretty sweet. But you have to both be on the same Wi-Fi so that, I don't know, so it could actually promote teams. Or maybe you both get in a duel room together, and if you're both in a duel room together, then you can, that'd probably be better. You both get in the same duel room, and if you're both in the same duel room, from there, you could just go ahead and initiate the tag duel and you know, play. That'd be pretty sweet. I don't think they'll ever let you do PvP reward tickets in the boxes because that's gonna start eating into profits. No, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I got the chair so I can do this. Come on, dog. Oh, no. Damn it. Oh, gotta be kidding me. I'm missing Draw Pass. I'm missing Draw Sense Fire. I'm missing Draw Sense Low Level. Life Point Boost B. What grows in the grave? Come on. I got the chair just so I could do that. Just so I could lay back in anguish. Say I'm the type of guy who refuses to run meta because I like being creative and believing in my own cards. Is there any deck building tips for a creative boy such as yourself getting so tilted out here? I gave some tips earlier, but I'll kind of reiterate on the tips real quick because I think that they're valuable no matter what. So my number one tip is if you're playing a rogue deck and you lose, and let's just say you were playing this rogue deck and you were doing everything right, you know, you think in your mind you made the right plays, you didn't make any mistakes, and your opponent was making good plays and they didn't make any mistakes, but you keep losing with a card in your hand. Let's say the card that you keep losing with, let's just say for the sake of argument, the card you keep losing with one card in your hand is Series I. You should really reevaluate why you have the card in your deck, and maybe you should think about why you lost and what you could replace it with. So for example, do you always lose because you always run into Wall of D, but every time you hit Wall of D, Series I is in your hand? Maybe you want to take that out for Cosmic Cyclone. Maybe you want to take it out for Hey True Nate. And then I guess my second piece of advice would be, if you're playing any deck that's a rogue deck, and it's not a control deck or a stall deck, you want to make sure your deck can answer this question: can my deck win in one turn? And for example, my alien deck can win in one turn. Can it win in one turn with this? Probably not. But it can win in one turn. And how can it win in one turn? It can win in one turn if I draw A-Cell Recombination, have Overlord, and an 1800 monster. I can win in one turn. If my opponent doesn't have back row, or if I get rid of their back row, I can win in one turn. So if that's the case, eat this. You should have played Jinzo. If that's the case, then you pretty much got a strong enough deck to play. But then I guess the second question you'd ask is, can my deck recover if I miss my one turn kill? And if you can't recover, then you have a big weakness. Like Hazies have a huge weakness because it's hard for them to recover most times. So that's what I would just say. So do you think Konami will ever release Necrovalley? Probably not, because it'll kill half of the decks that are viable right now. Like, it would instantly kill like vampires, I believe. Like, and then vampires couldn't play their deck so lean. Like Vampire is another deck that I would say is a great example of a deck that has trimmed the fat. You know, you take out everything in Vampires pretty much. You take out yeah, I'll play for like a couple more minutes. You take out everything from Vampires that doesn't float basically. And if once you take all that stuff out, you got a pretty lethal deck. But if they have to start adding cards like Cosmic Cyclone and Hatrunade and they have to deal with a bunch of back row, or they have to deal with a bunch of field spells, and because they have like there's a counter like Necrovalley out, it'll diminish the value of the deck. Plus Necrovalley is in existence, which will also diminish the value of the deck. So they probably wouldn't do that unless they wanted a deck like Vampire's absolutely dead. And I don't think that they do. That's just my personal opinion. So I just feel like it would just kill decks. And people would hate it. People would absolutely hate it. Like some people will be like, oh, I love playing it, haha, because it screws over these vampire dudes. But is it healthy for the game in general? Probably not. And once you open that can of worms, it can never be closed again. Oh, you mad, man. I'm doing good, Yugioh. Show a lightning warrior deck to use to complete the mission, please. A lightning, you can a lightning warrior. Isn't that this deck? I mean, isn't that this guy you talking about? Oh no, not that guy. It's always on top. But yeah, you're talking about this guy. I mean, that's a 4 and a 7. I mean, easy 4 and 7 you can do in this deck because you can search out anything with this card. Easy 4 and 7. I'm not sure what you're playing against, but you can play this. I'll show the deck before I go. Are you serious? Oh, I messed up. I forgot to play it. I forgot to play that first. Oopsie. Oopsie doodle. This is why I don't talk much when I'm playing ranked PvP or read the comments much. I be trying to win. Team 2 said, "What's up, my boy?" Yeah, we live again. Back again with the dank meme streams. I'm gonna make them dank boy for you real quick. Lightning warrior. Yeah, we live in the ESTAMs, my boy. Nerf vampires by buffing Tombs Kappa. Like, say, do you think they would hit Dragon Spirit of White or Wall of D anytime soon? I feel like they're not gonna hit Wall of D. Wall of D is a card that you can play around, and if you get hit by Wall of D, that's like a punishment for you not paying attention to the board state, I guess. So I don't think that they would get rid of that. I think that in terms of back row, it's only going to get worse from here, and they're not going to release MST until it gets to a point where MST is almost nothing. So I don't know. Getting a lot of gems and stuff. Just yuck. 143. Okay. I'm just watching the clock. I gotta probably leave in a few minutes. Big Apple's treating me fine so far. Thanks for asking, my boy. Said KH3 trailer. Everyone got 1,000. I'm not sure KH3. KH3. No, I'm not sure what that is, my boy. Then have you tried Super Strength Piranha deck? I've been winning way more games than it with it Simply Fast. I'm not sure what the. Oh no, super strength piranha. You're talking about with Tristan. I'm not sure what that is. Honestly, I had to think about it for a second. Farm against Yami Yugi. Is Yami Yugi like easier to beat or something? I was farming against Esperoba because I needed some cards. Somebody reminded me that Esperoba had was here, and I needed some cards. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what you're saying. I have not seen the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. I have not seen it yet. I saw that it was out, but it said, I think it said Kingdom Hearts Final Battle trailer or something like that. I know I'm gonna buy the game, so I just don't want to spoil myself. Kingdom Hearts is one of those games that, like, when I remember Kingdom Hearts first dropped, how I was just so, like, mind was blown. Like, that was at the time where I was super into, like, RPGs, like JRPGs or whatnot. Yeah, that's my alarm saying you gotta go soon. I was definitely, like, in the JRPGs, like, a lot back when that had came out, and at the time, like, Kingdom Hearts came out, and I remember that was like the peak of mind blowing. It was like, it's like what some people Smash Bros is current day was me, like, back in the day. I just couldn't believe that they would have such a game existed. Disney, Square Enix, what? It's incredible. And then I played it, and my mind was blown, and oh shit, Genzo. Oh shit, it's Gravity Blaster. Oh shit. Never miss. I was like, oh shit, it's Genzo. But yeah, give me that skill for that, man. That was spicy. Give it to me. Oof. Sure. Legend of Dragoon remake, I actually need that. These are the games I really want to play on my second channel, which I am gonna play for sure. I want to play Final Fantasy X-2. That was my, like, oh my god, I love that game. I used to play that, like, over and over and over again. Like, it's incredible. I used to play Final Fantasy X-2. I used to play Final Fantasy X over and over again. I want to play Legend of Dragoon again, and I want to play a few more games over again, but it's just, I don't know. But I do want to play Kingdom Hearts, the new Kingdom Hearts, but I need to I think it's a video out there that kind of wraps up all Kingdom Hearts lore into one, like, 40-minute or 50-minute video. I'm gonna have to watch that before I play Kingdom Hearts, because I used to be a big Kingdom Hearts fan to the point where I knew everything, but I stopped thinking about it when they just kind of start lying to you every year. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is gonna be out in 3 days. Kingdom Hearts never came out. Constantly waiting. Oh, Wing Stage Falcos. Now I got 3. Yes. Nice. Think they should balance back row, like trying to encourage synchros. Too many cards to kill right now. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna do anything to back row. I think the problem is they're gonna do like Yu-Gi-Oh always does. The back row is a problem, and instead of addressing the back row problem with sufficient removal, what they're going to do is release a card or cards or set of cards that are so broken, it's going to force people to stop using back row and start playing something else. And whatever that something else is going to make people stop playing back row, because back row is useless against this deck, and they're either going to get more aggressive and try to OTK faster, or they're going to have an alternative to back row, which might be hand traps. And if the alternative is hand traps, then that's going to be even worse for Duel Links. So I don't know. I'm not saying that I have a fix, But I'm saying in the past, like that's just what they do. They just power creep, and they even know it to the they even know that they power creep. Let me go over here and do this real quick so you know that like Konami, like they know what the hell they're doing. Look at this guy. We are aliens. Stand in our way, and we'll place counters on you. Watch what happens after I tilt this man to another dimension. The Legend of Dragoon wasn't even on the PS Classic. Feels bad. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't even on the what was it called? The it was like the hacked version. It wasn't even on the hacked version, my boy. They just totally played Legend of Dragoon. And that was one of those games that my brother-in-law, I'm not my brother-in-law, my brother's wife, so my sister-in-law bought me that game for my birthday. Or Christmas, I don't remember. I think it was my birthday. And she had came over and she said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I thought she was just bullshitting me. And I said, "I want Legend of Dragoon." I pointed at this $50 or $60 game at the time. And I thought because she asked, I was like, why not just ask for this? And she goes to the store and gets Legend of Dragoon. This blew my child mind. My God. Oh no. Oh no. This alien man might have just tilted me. Dang, and I got all these boys in my hand too. And he negated my monsters effect. Oh no. Oh no. Now he'll be the one tilted. Oh yeah. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, "Please, oh baby, hold it down." Simple and clean is the way that I'm tilting you tonight. It's hard to let it go. Oof. 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 Time to finish you off. Time to take out the trash. Synchro Shogun. Lightning Warrior. Look at him. L. Lightning Warrior. That's how you do it, my boy. Somebody was asking Lightning Warrior deck. That's how you do it. Look what this alien says. The power creep on this planet is out of control. Retreat to the mothership. They know exactly what they're doing. Konami knows exactly what they're doing, my boy. He's Alien Ray woke as hell. That's what I'm telling you. Konami know what they doing. They're just gonna power creep it. The back row's a problem. They're gonna power creep it with something. That's what they gonna do. So what do you say? What do you think they could do to make Toon cards relevant again? Add another Toon Kingdom. They laughing in our face. Basically. Konami with all these jabs at their own game. At least they're self-aware, my boy. At least. And isn't that why people like certain YouTubers? Because they're self-aware. So I don't know. I think people like that, you know, I don't know. That people are aware that that they're doing silly stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Konami's gonna be Konami. You know what I'm saying, my boy? I don't know if they're gonna release another Toon Kingdom, but if they did play another Toon Kingdom, I just don't want them to make Cosmic Cyclone the go-to card to stop these decks, because that's a UR card from an old box, and that's just not good. I feel like they should just release MST as an SR in a mini box, and let it be. Just let it be. Let it be. He says, so Piranha deck is Karibo until you get Trine Piranha direct attack and super strength to make it 2K and swing direct for game. That's silly, my boy. All right, my boys, I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all chilling with me and hanging out for now, my boy. But thanks again for just chilling with me and everything, and let me answer a few questions. But I'm about to get out of here for the day. But I'll be back tomorrow, my boys. So as always, keep it day.